Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's a simple stamping card. It's using one ink and black and white paper. That's it. So let's get started. Okay, I have a piece of 1.5 inch by 4 inch piece of white, a 1 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece of black, 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of black, and then a card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, or you could have just done a card base out of black and then put an insert in it. Either way. Okay, let's put those two aside for now. Let's put this one aside for now. First thing we're going to do, and let me show you the stamp set. Color and contour. I'm using this stamp, and this stamp, and this one. Okay. You also need a scratch paper. First, and the only ink I'm using is my memento. Let's put that up here. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp the sentiment on this strip here. You're absolutely amazing. I want it to be this way a little bit, so right smack in the middle, right there. Okay, we'll put that aside. We're done with that. Now we're going to bring in our 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece and a piece of scratch paper. I'm going to ink up this flower. Ink it up well. I'm going to stamp one over this way. Ink it up again. And then I'm going to turn it this way a little bit and lower it. And stamp it again. Okay. And I'm going to bring in the leaves for that same stamp set. I'm going to stamp it down here. And I'm going to turn it and stamp it over here. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to bring in the filler for those flowers. Ink it up. I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to fill in those flowers. One more time. Ink it up well. Stamp it off. Come over here. Okay, let's put the ink away so we don't ruin anything. Move this out of the way. Alright, that's all the stamping. Now we can assemble our card. It's really a simple card. Okay, I'm going to use Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I'm going to adhere this black layer to the front of my card base. There we go. And I'm going to adhere this one to the front of that. It's going to have an 1/8 inch border all the way around because it's a 1/4 inch smaller than the black layer. Okay, then I'm going to mount this to this piece. And that's going to have that layer around it as well. Okay, I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. These are not, you could just mount it flat, but it just adds just a little bit of extraness. It makes it nice. Take those backs off. Now I'm going to add this one down here. Hover over it and find just the right spot I want it to be at. Right about there. Set it down, make sure it's straight, press it down. Now I'm going to bring in these matte black dots. These are optional. It looks nice without it, but this just adds something. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, putty end. I'm going to pick up a big one and put it over here. And then two of the smaller ones, so I'm going to put one here, and then one up here. And there you go. That's the card. It's that simple. You could do it with different colors, layers. That's a nice simple black and white card, so if you only have a black ink pad, you can still make some nice cards. Well, thank you for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.